Hello and welcome to the Guild Ball British Championship final on day 2.
Actual final this time.
Actual final.
Actual final.
Not yesterday's final.
Final game of yesterday's Guild Ball of the day of the British Championship. So actual final. Fish versus Union. Jason Mountain on the stream for the third time this weekend. He's been on 50% of them. You're probably tired of him by now. We are. So let's hope it's a quick one.
Now, I am going to call Rage and Corsair. Fish for Union.
I'm going to go for the Black Heart Shark.
Oh, the left. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm calling Corsair Black Heart. That's what I'm calling.
Corsair Black Heart?
Corsair Black Heart.
Interesting. Yeah, Rage is really rough into Corsair.
Rage is bad. It's not bad, but Rage is a hard game into Shark. And
so basically you're thinking that whatever the first captain pick is determines what the other one is. But it's basically guaranteed to be Black Heart.
Yeah, definitely Black Heart. Maybe Corsair.
So there's freedom of the way that Dan wants to play it.
Yeah.
But it basically has to be Black Heart.
For Jason, yeah.
Yeah.
And Jason is probably more than happy with that, given his...
I mean, you say that.
Profound love of Black Heart.
He played Black Heart last round, I think, which was also a fish match.
He beat the fish then. So the thing with Jason, he has played Black Heart pretty much exclusively, it feels like, since Season 1. And if you watch their Singled Out podcast, he doesn't shut up about it.
You watch their podcast?
You watch their podcast, yeah. Watch it with your ears. Jerk.
I love watching podcasts.
With
Just
your
watching
ears,
that time bar go up.
Wow.
Such action. I love it when a 2 turns to a 3.
They're picking their captain's mascots now. So only one mascot is Coin.
And here we are, breaking the theme of the mirror matches. We had 2 in a row.
I know, right?
And I'm very glad we don't have another one.
Yeah, so we've just
it's easier to track when the models aren't identical.
We've combined those mirror matches to create the final.
Who do you have as the favourite here?
Oh, he's gone Shark Tentacles. You called it. You called it. And it is Blackheart.
I know what I'm talking about. So I think a lot of the reason for that might be the Blackheart legendary turn. Shark's less bothered about that than Corsair is.
Yeah.
Assuming it's used for the defense, which it probably will be, and in a Corsair game where things are clumping up, the Uni would probably tend to clump up too, and you'd get a decent amount of value out of that pulse on the +1 defense.
Yeah. All the goals, all day. So Hag chosen for the Fisherman. Jason ribbing him for breaking the meta by choosing Hag.
He says picking missed.
Yep. Grayscale's picked.
Definitely not a bit of hypocrisy there.
No. Siren.
I think we know the team that's coming here.
Yeah.
It's going to be Sakana and it's going to be Siren.
Yeah. Who else do you reckon? Decimate to kill Siren.
Yep.
That is such a bad Siren you choose for that. Decimate into Siren is
Makes
rough.
light work.
Oh yeah. Hashtag light work. I mean, having spoken to Jason, he said he would, if Shark is picked, he is picking Decimate and Gutter to go and kill Siren, because that is 2 very easy VPs. And Minx just choose out. So Mist, Minx, Decimate,
so I think this is
Gutter.
The same lineup he's played in every game, just with a different captain. At least every game he's played on stream.
Yeah, he didn't have Decimate.
Benediction. So Benediction swapped out for Decimate.
Correct, yeah. And in the first game he was on, he had Hemlock against the Engineers.
Just wrong in every
just wrong,
way.
Straight up. Now we have asked Bryce if we can get the game plan cards so we can be aware of what their ideas might be with regards to momentum and how they spend it.
And you'll be happy to know that these are teams that I actually know So we'll be able to give actual good commentary. Really glad to have dodged blacksmiths, because I'm not sure how cutting edge that would have been, because I really can't wrap my head around those guys.
Yep. Yeah, but blacksmiths and even morticians to some extent as well. And I understand what the morticians do, but trying to commentate on what Obelisk will do is a challenge.
When you've got 50 million options, it's significantly harder to be suggesting what you think the right ones are, because it's very often it's the right call based on the next 3 things I'm going to do, but in a vacuum it looks like not the best.
Yeah. Well, so we've had it as well where you think a certain play, I think a certain play, and then we just disagreements because both are valid.
What might come from it. Because like when I'm playing, part of the contribution to me being awful at the game is not... I kind of play turn by turn.
Yeah.
I will go for whatever the best way to score VPs is on a turn by turn basis, rather than a plotting
overarching
ahead.
Strategy. Yeah. Yep. Bringing back our high level play, low level commentary.
Yep. I mean, we live and die by that.
Yeah.
Anyone that says we're good at this is entirely wrong on the basis of...
We're the only ones.
I guess the breakup is whether you determine that commentary and punditry are 2 different things.
Yeah.
So our punditry is bad. Our commentary is okay.
Yeah.
Commentating is entertaining. Punditry is saying what is happening.
Yeah.
But it's been nice shaking off the rust.
Yeah, it has been. Getting ready for the WTC in
last
September?
Year. Yeah, WTC last year was the last time we commentated together.
Together, yeah.
It's a good job not much has changed since then with Go Ball, right?
September will still be Season 3, so that's good.
Yeah. Can't get too confused, just work out how rat catchers and blacksmiths work between now and then.
And September... Not Navigators. The Navigators? I think they're September 21st. Is their release date? Let's have a quick check on the old store.steamforged.com, where you can buy Icarus and Scourge, the brand new rookies. Ding. Got it in. Paul Waters, if you're watching at home,
you're welcome.
I got it in.
You're welcome.
Shoehorned.
It's a very natural transition and segue.
It was. Oh.
So players staying on the sides they are, and much like the last game, I'm assuming that is rough ground rather than a forest.
Yeah. Navigators, 21st September, will not be present at the WTC.
Cool.
So that's one less thing we need to learn.
One less thing we need to learn. Alongside the basics of the game and how it works. This has been good for me learning the game plan cards.
Yeah.
Starting to work them out now.
Yeah. Well, I never really played many games with them. I was aware of what they did and how they influenced the game. But I hadn't got to that point with plot cards where I knew what Sikkim did from the name Sikkim.
And what the
attributes were.
And knowing what the right ones, starting to plot ahead with the right ways to do it, and the different strategies you can go of front loading your big ones to establish yourself in the game and try and finish it early, or using your ones that are weaker in terms of numbers to get the effects you want to be able to finish strong, to close out a game after taking up the pressure sort of thing.
That's what we saw Fraser do fantastically well in the Rage v Rage game, was holding on to his high-end cards for the turns that he needed them. Rather than then
outside of a missed goal was perfect, because then that landed him where he still had his 7 left to go for his 6 VP activation with Rage to not close the game out, but get him 6 VPs up and within 2 of winning, which within Rage is no problem, and then missed the goal, and then Jason had a really good activation with Rage and then managed to get a goal at the end of it as well. That's the way it goes.
Fisherman starting quite high up the pitch.
Yep, that's where I'd deploy.
That's where I'd deploy if I had a choice.
No, not against Rage.
It's not Rage.
It's not Rage. I keep looking at Mist and thinking it's Rage because my Rage is painted bright red. Which is entirely irrelevant, so I don't know why, but it is what it is.
So players here just chatting about the choice of mascots. Dad Dan asked him why not Pride out of interest. You know, he seems really good for the guild, and just
utility.
I find that Coin does so much for my players. Like I get to allocate one list to somebody. You know, if I have Hemlock, it's the perfect. It's the dream combo.
Yeah. And Union is just full of just really good, self-sufficient players, and being able to get an extra influence and bonus time for free in a. Every player in that lineup, an extra influence and a free bonus time is useful.
Yeah.
There is not one where it isn't. Whereas in other guilds, perhaps even Fish as an example, where an extra influence on grayscales is only really useful if you under-allocate it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you can't often get much value because,
they
generally
don't read too
speaking,
much into that because Veteran Sakana, he has bag of coffers.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Shows how much you know.
I know nothing.
And I know
nothing. I know nothing.
Yeah, Veteran Sakana does have it. Yes, bag of coffers.
And I think in the Fish, it has a very different role to it does in...
It's essentially, I'm going to take a shot on goal with this guy.
There's the obvious synergies.
I've got one momentum. I want free bonus
But
time.
I think in the Union, I feel like I'm allocating one short.
Yeah.
And I'm building to it, and I'm allocating him 4, and you know that.
Bag of coffers onto tentacles.
Right, blind.
That's
pretty good.
That's value.
That's pretty good. But on Hag, not so great.
No, because I don't roll dice.
Because you tend to plan what you're going for.
Yeah.
Again, with Siren, maybe useful to mask a bonus time seduction.
Yeah, well, you put 2 on her, the threat's a lure, suddenly it becomes a seduction with bonus time. Potentially.
But I don't think it's used. I'm actually talking myself out of it, where I actually think, whereas in the Union, the most obvious place is either Hemlock, someone like Hemlock, and then Mist early on to be able to bonus time a shot with only the 1 momentum. Yeah. I'm not sure how much it facilitates the goal scoring of Fish and more the stuff you're doing on the peripherals of that.
So ball scattered there right up to the fisherman. I believe that is Grayscales, the perfect ball collector.
So it's Grayscales at the top, and then I think it's trying to work... Or is that Grayscales down at the bottom?
No, that's Sakana.
So you've got Sakana, then Tentacles, then Shark, then...
Hag.
Then
Siren.
Siren next.
Yep. And on Jason's side, you have Gutter, then Coin, then Minx, then Blackheart, then Decimate, and finally
Mist
the top
with
is Mist with the kickoff. So chat strongly favouring Dan. He's played his Fisherman pretty much exclusively for a long time and used Union beforehand, knows them very well.
And just to wrap up the bag of coffers on Sakana talk.
Yeah.
The strength much the same as how good Tooled Up was on marbles.
Yeah.
Having bag of coffers on a mascot versus having it on a player when Sakana's such a good player anyway, I think makes it stronger in Union than in Fish. I think there's some really good uses of it in Fish, but I think it's stronger in Union for those reasons.
So Dan just planning out the passing lines for his players. So it's a walk to there, pass back to Siren, and where they go upwards.
Yeah.
People like Dan's t-shirt better.
Pardon?
People in chat are enjoying Dan's t-shirt.
Sons of Anarchy.
Never really got into that.
Bit of Sam Crow.
He
I liked it
fails
for
the
the
pass.
first few seasons.
Fails the pass.
Yeah, I liked it for the first few seasons and then kind of dropped off.
White's direction. Direction 1/4. And then he still wears to go up the pitch.
That's fine. Like, it's 1 less momentum, but it's In the grand scheme of things.
But in all fairness, it prevents the missed goal.
Probably.
There's no shadow-like for missed in this. Yeah. So Jason there measuring out whether he could get there. He couldn't.
He could get there, but wouldn't have any influence to do anything with it. So
yeah. So just jogs up gutter, waste less time. Oh, we're going for the big boy blind. Jason saying, "If you do, so what? I don't care." And then
that's the big deal.
Yeah. Here's the blind. No,
misses.
Jason calling the shots, being like, "You're going to miss this pass, and then you're going to miss this blind."
I think it's worth it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've done it with Alchemists, where when I was playing Harry back before the errata, playing against a missed kickoff, goaded, and put a Molotov down in front. I was like, right, you deal with that. Ball's on the other side of the pitch.
Yep.
I threw a 1 in 3 chance, and I killed your turn 1.
Yeah, it's ultimately like your limitation here as the fish player is being wary of the missed threat.
Yeah.
If you on a 5-up dice roll can just mitigate that entirely, of course you go for it.
And with the ball where it is, missed. You know, missed can't get there this turn. You have a free activation to do this.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
And then Decimate moving up, and then second winding missed. So now has to do something with the ball.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Mist will go and scoop it and run away into the corner.
Yeah. So, big sprint from Siren with a pass onto somebody. The thing is, the passes onto people are now risky because
Mist scatters.
Mist. Well, if it passes and doesn't go anywhere, then Mist can just collect it, hit somebody because you have no momentum yet. The big thing is in season 4 that we've announced is that starting with the turn with a point of momentum means the kickoff with Mist becomes super reliable.
Yeah.
For the missed goals.
So
that allows that turn 1 engagement.
Gets the pass.
Is successful, even though they are super glary.
Yep.
One day we'll get a proper camera for the dice tray. Currently, it's a webcam.
One day.
One day. One day we'll get equipment.
I want a dice tray set up as a green screen.
Yeah.
So it's just a clear dice tray.
Right.
So that you can still see the entire pitch, but see the dice rolled on it. Yeah. So it doesn't like block off part of the pitch.
Yeah. Got you.
And then just hope no one uses green dice.
Yeah.
Or it breaks everything.
It does.
Like using those pundit dice. It's like I can see half of them.
Yeah. Oh, we have the cards here. So the fishermen have get back in there, full back, stick to the plan, lone striker, and seize the initiative. Fish have both sevens. Ugh. Grim. Whilst Union have wing backs, go for the knees, midfield general, dig deep, and hunker down. So I think the fishermen definitely have the advantage on the cards, getting 2 sevens there.
Shadow-like, and then a talisman to move Shark up.
Right. So fullback is a +5.
And then a pass to Grayscales. Am I going mad? Where did Shark go?
He became... he's that model that's been measured from now. With the ball on him. Can you see? At the end of the widget? The black widget? Not missed, the other one? The one that just...
Oh, that one. I thought that was Grayscale's. I'm going mad.
Grayscale's at the top of the pitch, remember?
I am going mad. Yeah, where'd they go all the way up there?
Yeah. So looking at the cards, and Dan has complete control of this game through the cards.
Yep. 7, 7, 5, the highest that...
He has 7, 7, 5, 5, 3, whilst Union have 5 at the highest, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
So, you know, Fish generate a lot of momentum already if they want to, and with these high numbers...
He doesn't know that, but he's 2 up.
Yeah.
On all of these. He can afford to be at a 1 momentum deficit and win every turn.
Yeah.
If he's down 2, he forces a dice roll.
Yep. And he's got some great cards as well. Like, get back in there for when someone does get taken out. They gain +2/+2 for the rest of the turn.
Lone Striker.
Lone Striker is a little bit iffy because he probably gets the turn but then has -1 attack on the first model he activates.
Do Fish really care?
Depends.
Depends what we're looking for, I guess.
Yeah. Well, typically that'll be Shark and
forces
5.
that you charge first.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're looking for a tackle, which you probably do anyway.
Yeah.
Double 1s.
What were these rolls from Blackheart there? Sorry. Can you check on the...
I'm assuming Butchery.
Assuming what, sorry?
Butchery.
Oh, Butchery.
Misdirection. Probably.
Oh, misdirection. Take away Shark's influence 8 inches
I'm assuming one was Butchery and one was Misdirection.
That's
because
both
misdirections are once per turn.
Yeah. That's it. Also, Fish have stick to the plan, showboating.
Yep.
Friendly models. All the models can just dodge for free when they pass. So that's super strong.
Charge onto Gutter from Shark here. It's 5 successes on the charge.
Also, Fish have fullback for charging for 1 less when they're within 8 inches of the pitch.
Which I'm assuming is what Grayscale's popped up there for.
Yep. I mean, this is an amazing, like, what you'd call a god hand for the Fisherman.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you're in the final of a tournament, you'd be pretty happy with that.
Yep.
Even more so, like, it's kind of doubled down by the fact that both of the 6s were discarded.
Yeah.
And obviously Dan doesn't know that. He doesn't know quite how good he's got it here, but... So I believe he's taking Tidal Surge from the charge.
On 5?
And then he's going to have a go on the shot.
I think it was a dodge and then a Tidal Surge, surely.
It will have had to have been.
Yeah.
Scores
a goal. It's 4-0 to the Fisherman.
And 1 momentum left after that. So spent the 2 he had from a pass earlier and the dodge. Use the bonus time and then gets 1 back for scoring. 5 to the 6.
I mean, the trade-off is, though, that the miss now goes to score.
It's likely. And it lands on tentacles.
That's brutal. I mean, Miss can still score.
Can he? With the close control?
Probably. Well, walks up, attacks, tackles, attacks. Close control triggered.
But I'm assuming this one gets counter-attacked.
I think he's got the influence to the momentum too.
He should have 1 from scoring.
Oh, yeah.
Or did he? Because he didn't move Shark.
No.
Interesting.
He's just thumping it past the goal. Good play. Yeah, so Jason there identifying that if he just holds it on miss, then Siren just picks it up. The thing is, Siren just jogs back and picks this up anyway.
So acrobating forward to reduce the risk of a horrible scatter, and he wants to place this so that it can't scatter off the pitch.
So just proxying the...
to make sure it can't go off.
Literal the edge. So he's really hoping for that 6-6 now.
I think you want 3-6, don't you? No. So that one's the model just past that rough ground is Siren, right?
Correct, yeah. So the kick is successful.
Successful kick. Looking basically for, as long as it wasn't the 1 or 2 and was far.
Yeah.
It's just, wherever this goes is behind you, so you got to go backwards and start from the back. And then missed staying engaging tentacles.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
All right, time for the cards. Guys in chat quite like that play there from Jason.
Yeah. Yeah, making the best of a bad situation, I think.
Yeah. That means that if he wants to get that ball, Siren has to turn around, spend what looks to be about 5 inches going there, 4 inches back, kick to space.
Well, if that hadn't landed on tentacles, then I think Jason looks down towards where all of the widgets are.
Yeah.
Rather than over that side.
Oh, yeah.
Siren's not going to be going on goal runs.
So seize the initiative
Sakana
played.
Ideally is.
And go for the knees. All right, so seize the initiative played
Move
for the
Siren
advantage
back,
for the 4 inches back from Siren. Nice.
Go get that ball. So it's going straight to Grayscales, so I'm guessing the dodge is going to be towards Grayscales.
Yep.
It is. Well, probably not. Like, can't engage him. Doesn't do a huge amount, really. But it does. I'm intrigued as to what happens here, because he's just going to hook it with Siren, pass it up to Grayscales, and then dodge.
Away from Decimate.
Probably. Does mean he needs to get momentum from somewhere else, but he probably just get that with the Grayscales activation, assuming Grayscales still has the ball. A really strong start for Dan here. Kind of everything's kind of gone his way.
Again.
So 2 inches needed to get to the ball, 5 inches left.
We have attack 6.
So just trying to work out exactly how much influence he needs to put into this to get it over there. So Siren only needs the 1. Nice efficient planning to make sure that he had the right amount. 4 onto Grayscales. 4 onto Sakana. Hopefully remembers the goal influence. Does. There it is. 5 on Shark.
Guys in chat loving the use of seize the initiative there. Usually it is a detriment, letting your opponent have that 4-inch dodge second. This time round, it just makes it better for Siren.
Yeah.
Really strong use there by Dan.
I feel like you always get more use out of it when everything is really spread out.
Yeah. And there's no scrum happening.
Yeah.
And your opponent doesn't get to react.
So Siren walks back, walks there, passing it to Grayscales. Hoping for this to be successful.
Oh.
And is.
And it is.
That's a 1, a 4, and a 3. If you can't quite see what those rolls are on the camera, because those dice aren't the easiest to read. Is that Decimate up next? Is that Decimate that dodged in?
It is,
Decimate
yes,
can't even get Grayscales.
No, I think Decimate's looking for the kill.
On Siren.
Yeah.
Minx charging tentacles.
Minx looking to make calamari.
Oh, I think that's more just to deny the bouncing platform for grayscales.
Yeah. I think, yeah, probably. Even so, a 4-inch, where do you go to the
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make it undoable, but means
it's on path.
It's harder. So 2 damage onto tentacles.
And snared.
At least I know I only have to pay attention to the bottom of the tracking now.
Yeah.
And then back to the shadows. So it's going to be a where they go, I'm assuming.
Yeah, where
a hit, get my momentum, run away,
sprint shoot,
try and bang it in.
Jason said, don't worry, I'll be 8-0 down, then I can start playing.
I mean, the coverage of influence is only on one side of the pitch after this goal, but...
You've had that goal.
So he gets the dodge that he wants, and then sprints, and goes for a shot.
Yep. And bonus time in the shot as well.
Yep.
4 dice, looking for a 4.
Goes in.
It's a goal, 8-0.
I don't think this is particularly surprising, truth be told.
You always expect to go 8-0 down against Fish.
And now there's, as I said, the only coverage is on the bottom side.
Yep.
And now Jason just controls the ball over there. He's got a turn of freedom now.
Yeah.
But he will probably lose the initiative because you're just going to see Shark and Sakana go and get 9 momentum. And there's not a huge amount you can do about it.
And then he plays lone striker just to put it to bed.
Yeah.
Or even, maybe not.
It depends on how much, because you're going to see a decent amount of momentum out of the Union as well.
Yeah.
But you'll likely see more being spent by Dan in healing to try and prevent losing players.
I think stick to the plan would be a great card for Dan coming up.
But he is just measuring this out to make sure Shark can't get there, because Shark can usually get there.
Yeah. Hag's too far back. Oh, we said Hag has no influence. Never forget Talisman.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Well, I think you plan for 4 inches of dodge out of it while the legendary is available.
Yeah. So just...
So Jason taking his time, having a drink of water. I'm going to do the same.
Fish are the... So this is a quote from chat. Fish are the elves of the game. If you don't roll terrible, you most likely win. As soon as you roll bad, it's a long game for you.
Pretty much.
And agree with Huggy_GB. Shark and Sakana just reposition to the middle of the pitch whilst generating momentum.
Yep.
Looking for a good, strong turn 3.
Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Shark trying, like, there is a decent cluster of models if he can get basically onto the centre circle of the pitch to pop a legendary just to
ruin this
cut
turn.
the movement down, try and keep everything as close to where it is as it is currently.
So leaving the ball there for now. It's safe, pretty much. Bag of coins, bag of coffers, gutter.
The main thing he needs to be careful of here is Hack and Sakana, I think.
Yeah.
I think he does have 1 turn of breathing room.
At least 1 activation, the bare minimum.
Not 1 turn, sorry, yeah, 1 activation of breathing room. Blackheart going, Shadow Lycan.
This is the man who loves Blackheart and does not shut up about him. Let's see what he can pull out.
It's the first time he's used him on the stream. Probably best if he doesn't get 12-0'd.
Yeah. Get the 1 from Tentacles.
Get the 1.
3 double dodge.
3 with a double dodge.
4 boxes left on the calamari. Butchery onto Sakana. Butchery is one of those nice character plays where obviously anyone else can benefit, but it also makes you scared to put that character in the middle of the pitch, because then Decimate goes, all right, I'll go kill that now.
Yeah. And probably get 1,000 cuts on someone else in the process.
Yeah. 3 left on the tentacles. Momentous 3 double dodge.
Tentacles goes down.
Scores a victory point. He's not getting 12-0'd, everybody. He's not getting 12-0'd. Well done,
Jason. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Blackheart that got it done. What a guy. So he's got to be careful here to not engage Sakana. But, well, that's the current thought path, is I don't want to give you the extension you need by engaging you and giving you someone to hit. However, Hag, he has to be careful because Hag can just move Sakana so that Sakana starts engaging
him.
So I think what he's done there is he's noticed that's likely to happen. So I'm going to go as close to you as possible so you you don't get to reach as far as you possibly could.
Yeah.
And then hitting him.
And does nothing. Now the poised counter-attack to get the extra little...
Get a little bit of movement.
Little inch.
So he gets... So I'm assuming he's just going to take the... just take the one damage
weak point means that all his next attacks are going through that armor.
Yep. Increasing the chances for those double dodges.
Yeah.
And then last attack out of Blackheart here. Takes a Momentous 2.
Momentous 2 with a double dodge, and 13 boxes left on Sakana.
So it's the Momentous 1 up to 2. Yeah. So Jason giving the correct numbers, including the butchery.
And Jason there with a boatload of momentum.
I'm just worried about the position of Blackheart there, with Hag just able to move Sakana, the 2.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing basically Jason's plan here is I'm not really banking on too much about that.
Yeah.
Because he's just going to remove Sakana with Gutter. But I'm not convinced that's going to happen.
I think when he gets the bonus time, bag of coffers.
Yeah, but by then Sakana's gone. Unless he... If I'm down here, I'm looking at Hag and moving Sakana, because then you're forcing Gutter to go in before she gets the
alternate
bag of
camera?
coffers.
So it looks like we're planning out a shark activation here.
Is he looking to Tidal Surge Sakana? Tidal Surge Sakana, then Hag and Hag Legendary Sakana. Scoop the ball, snapshot from Grayscales to close it out.
I like it. Like it a lot. Yeah, it looks like.
That's what he's thinking.
It's a good plan. Go for it. You know, you have an 8-1 lead. If you do it and it all pays off, you win.
Yeah. Because I think what he's looking here is if he moves there with Shark and Legendaries, reduces the threat range of Gutter with the Tidal Sage, then Sakana's safe.
Yeah. And with Hag's Legendary, that's another 4 inches to push him, because you got Talisman and then...
Yeah, but it's more to prevent interaction. If he Legendaries, it prevents Gutter after the Tidal Surge being able to get in range to get Sakana.
Yes.
Then you do the Hag one, but there's nothing that can be done about it in the middle.
Oh, he's buying attacks.
So I think it's just for momentum, and then he's going to stop at 3 and do the Tidal Surge.
Yep, takes the 1-inch dodge away.
Does the Legendary, just hitting those 2 models there with the tokens placed down, so it's Coin and Gutter.
3 for a Tidal Surge on Gutter, interesting. I guess it just takes her out of the game, but yeah, I prefer your Sakana plan. I mean, because you could even send him 4 inches towards Hag.
Yeah, I'd go into basically move in to the middle of Mist and Blackheart. And you do your Hag legendary and it just breaks up that whole bubble.
Yeah,
gets you another 4 inches of movement. I guess the concern is that then Decimate's in range. Yeah. But I don't think Decimate can get him. How much health has he got left? So it was 2
13.
damage done. So he's got 13 left.
She does 12 really reliably. 1 spike. Yeah. But the thing is, you counter-attack and...
Well, I guess the thing is, the biggest counterplay to my plan is Decimate just goes and scoops the ball.
Well, yeah. That is true.
Just run back, scoop the ball, then go and kill Siren.
Yeah.
Maybe too many things that Jason needs to not do in the middle to let that be a plan. So just going safe. Yeah. I'm going to deny you getting this.
But it does look like the plan anyway. So, Fish is real. Just outside of an inch of Blackheart. Outside of 6 of Gutter.
So, just the Fish is real. Holding on to that legendary. Just setting up for the bounces and forcing this activation out of Decimate. I say forcing it, there's not a huge amount else on the table now with the Gutter being moved. Ball being on the other side of the pitch, so can't use the ball and has to be super careful when he uses the ball anyway, even if it was on the right side of the pitch. So I think just scooping the ball.
Scoop the ball, go ahead and engage Siren anyway, yeah. Strong.
Try and get rid of Siren. So Dan just flicking the clock onto himself and just sort of saying, I don't know if I want to counter-attack this, so let me have a think.
It's not worth it.
It doesn't. 2 damage. Siren on 8.
2 damage with the dodge into base. Does take the counter-attack, though. If they all hit...
They do
they do as well. Wow.
Siren's been on form for Dan.
Yeah. Well, you can second wind and just push the ball even further away. Can't unsnap the ball, is engaged.
No, can't unsnap the ball.
Didn't even bonus time it. Ugh. Jason here just working out the maths of cards. So he's like, I know I have a 4, I have this much. If you play, theoretically, a 7, I win?
Up. Yeah.
It's still 4 on Sakana, so that maths needs to take that into account.
Yep.
So Jason, they're talking about taking the second wind, jogging down towards the goal, taking that parting blow from Siren, basically like a Crimea River if you take the ball. I think you are
I'm going to lose the ball at some point.
You're going to get the ball off me. I might as well try and make it as difficult as possible for you. Dan playing it very coy there, saying, yeah, but the problem is I've used my 7 on the 4-inch dodge.
I think for the Fish, the 4-inch dodge seems incredible.
Yeah.
In general, for a team that is primarily going for goals. And that 4-inch dodge being off, irrelevant of the 7, that, like the text on the card, is arguably stronger than the number attached to it with the Fish. And now Jason knows that he doesn't have to deal with 4-inch dodges for another 4 turns.
Well, you say that, but he's got to stick to the plan.
Which one stick to the plan?
Friendly models gain showboating.
So that's cheaper.
That's you pay one less MP for teamwork actions.
3 dodges off the ball or 1 momentum snapshots.
Yeah, and it's a +5. He scored 2 goals. The -1 influence gained from that card is negated.
Not too bothered, yeah.
And you know that as soon as you've got a goal, stick to the plan becomes a really strong card. Yeah. Players
just
confused.
working out who activated. Minx did activate this turn.
She charged, hit.
Charged super early.
Yeah, so
the one that they missed was that Tentacles is gone, which is where the activations are.
Yeah. So momentous dodges coming in from Sakana into cover. Counter-attack comes back. Oh, one hit.
So dodge disengages.
Back just to force the whole, right, if you want to hit me, you have to walk towards me now. All right, looks like Sakana's just dropping back. Puts down smoke on Shark just for consistency. Can't be reached, but you never know.
But I'll put it there just
in case.
Habits.
It's always good to get in those habits. Spend your influence if you got it on. Just in case. just measure it just in case. Did coin not go?
Yeah, must have done, but did it on gutter. Because she's got the pebble next to her.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
Or at least gutter's the only person in range that hadn't activated. So,
Jason there saying, I feel I felt in a good place if you hadn't have hit the counter attack on Siren.
Yeah.
Because then you go first to decimate, kill her in the you do 2, 4, 6, 8 damage, kill her with the first one, ball sits there nice and safe.
I still think that happens. He's just got to ride the counter attack again.
Exactly, that's it. So fullback played for Dan.
And midfield general, which gives everybody
+1
speed.
+1/+1 move for Jason.
So I imagine this activation is going to be Decimate going first, with the hope of killing Siren, and then running far into the corner as possible.
Yep. So fullback lets you charge for 1 less influence whilst you're within 8 inches of the pitch. Right. Guess who's coming back on over there? It's our good friend Tentacles, who's going to make a charge and tackle the ball.
Or at least cover that area.
Yeah.
To make it so that there is no real safe place for Decimate to run into now.
Yeah.
Walking and engaging.
All right, just using it as a melee zone.
Yeah.
Jason making the joke that he's happy for Tentacles to come on there so he can kill it. Get into the point, get off the odd numbers. Tentacles coming on the bottom of the pitch instead. 6 on Shark. So we see this sort of like the classic Union allocation of influence and Fisherman.
Yeah.
Of you stack up 3 players, and that's it.
And then you've got bag of coffers that can either give someone that has nothing something to do unexpected, or more likely than not top up the player they're next to.
Yeah, aka Gutter. So that's momentous 2 and a 1-inch dodge on Siren. So momentous 2. 4 boxes left.
Yep.
Oh, it is reliable then.
Yeah. So he did 2 last turn before the counter attack, and then had 8 left at the top of this. So.
Counter declared.
This one.
Momentous 2 damage. Counter attack comes in. Counter comes in.
And if he lands this, just gets the 1-inch touch.
So Jason with his dodges, dodge back into base.
Back into base to base, so that doesn't get the disengage. So Dan was looking for the 3 again.
And choices now from Mountain. Does he bonus time it or not? Jason can't figure out why she's nearly dead. He thinks she should have 4 left. Jason's maths are well off.
Yeah, he's just thrown off. It's like, you put 5 influence into it, or you're about to put the 5th influence to it.
Yeah.
And you've done 2 damage every time.
Yeah.
2 times 5 is 10, and she has 10 health. So this will kill her.
And he lands it.
And does kill her.
Kill her, so it is 8-3.
So Jason there arguing with Dan that he wasn't sure that he did kill Siren.
Yeah. Well, but basically, from the double dodge, I think in Jason's mind, he'd written off the fact that he wasn't
thought
killing.
He'd done nothing, and it was like, you still did the 2 from the first attack, then I got away. It didn't actually end up being too big a deal. It just delayed it happening.
Yeah.
And forced 4 going on to Decimate, which I imagine would have happened anyway, just to make it safe, because now the ball is very safe.
Yeah.
The main point of confusion for me is why Tentacles didn't come on over that side of the pitch.
Oh yeah, you've played fullbacks, you've got a tackle on 1 with him. Is it on 1 with Tentacles? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Momentous tackle on 1 with close control. You go there.
I'm just confused as to why he thought about it and then didn't. Like, you know that on average dice...
What? 5 health.
And you know on average dice, it's taking all of the influence that Decimate has to get rid of Siren.
Yeah. We see here now that...
And then if you... It basically lands you in a situation where you put influence on both of them and engage him. You can't kill both of them, and whichever one you don't kill is going to take the ball off you and kick it up to Grayscales. And then Grayscales is going to score. So just working out there, basically, if he's saying if he went backwards, he can move 7 because he has a dodge from the damage he did.
Yeah.
But if he goes forwards, he can only go 6 because of where Siren
was.
The model still technically is at the point from where the dodge would be taken.
So
do you think this is get Sakana over there with either Hag or Tidal Surge or whatever combination of things you want, get the ball, kick it off the pitch and just hope for a favourable scatter? Because with Shark sitting there with 6, there's not many places it can go where he can't cover from a scatter from the middle.
Yeah, so if it does go off, it's only really that sort of, if 12 o'clock's the top of the pitch, 1 till 3, it's like 12 till 3, that is bad.
Yeah.
The rest of it, you've got Grayscales and Shark to deal with.
And I still think that kind of 12 till 3 section, Grayscales covers it.
Yeah, it's more
but it's just how you get it back up the pitch after you've done it.
If it lands in like the top left quadrant, Grayscales deals with it. Bottom 2 quadrants, Shark is perfectly positioned to deal with it.
And that's Hag, isn't it? Down like to the right of Shark. One thing that did intrigue me about the last turn, and I guess it's probably somewhat of a moot point, but there was not much momentum generation going on. Dan kind of just accepted he wasn't getting the next turn.
Yeah.
So I guess he's kind of positioned as best he can for this.
Well, now Siren's gone down. I reckon... Yeah, we've got a lot of choices for the cards next turn.
I mean, was the bull dropped by Decimate? I'm guessing it was.
Yeah, it was released. Well, this is the pressure the fish put on you. They will always, in the hands of a good player, they will score 2 very, very quickly. And then you as the sort of player on the receiving end of that need to be good enough.
Take advantage of the space that's left, but be mindful of how long that space is safe for, because assuming you're getting up your VPs by killing models, you're making the space that you put it in probably not safe anymore.
Yeah.
Or at least going into the next turn.
3 there.
So this was a Shark charge onto Mist. He goes for Momentous Stagger.
So this time, needing 4s.
Basically just skirting everyone away from gutter as best he can and making it so that when that gutter activation comes, it's going to be suboptimal, because if you want a bag of coffers, well, Hag's going to, and now you're not getting anybody.
Pace
4 to Tidal Surge Sakana, which is what I thought was going to come last turn, but I can see the reasoning behind doing it on gutter. And now Shark in gutter range.
Takes the bag of coins, can see that Shark's there, but Hag just pushes him away now.
Yeah, but perhaps you've got the Blackheart Legendary to...
Yeah. You have
you
your
move
own...
2? I'll move 2. Yeah. I'm not bothered about defense anymore. You keep running away. You're not hitting me. I'll take the dodges instead. Just wondering if it's a Fish's Reel and a Legendary.
It's whether the Legendary comes out, that's the issue.
And with the way the board is going, if you don't use it now, I don't think you use it. Everything's moving towards that top of the pitch because that's where the ball is.
Yeah. Let's use Talisman. Does he declare it? He's thinking about it.
I think it's the taking damage bit he's not keen on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Hag's going to die here.
It's only 1 damage.
Blackheart's there. Gutter's there. Hag's probably going to go down, so I get the use of it.
She's still got her walk.
Oh, Shadowlight to start,
Shadowlight.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like she's using the... Walks 4.
Throws up Decoy.
Puts up Decoy with the 1 influence on her.
Blackheart thinking about going backwards. Go and deal with Grayscales.
Because that's where the goal comes from, right?
I'm not sure.
This turn, if there were to be a goal...
If there's to be a goal this turn, yeah, but there's not going to be a goal this turn. Don't see any way how that can happen at this point.
Your favourite strat? Smoke bomb, sprint, pick the ball up, kick it off the pitch, lands with Grayscales, he scores.
Yeah. I think in my head I'm just assuming Sakana never gets there. And I think the main reason I see that is, I guess I say that with I don't see that being there, is because I see any area that Grayscales covers, Blackheart also covers at the moment.
Yeah. So smoke bomb, charge. Oh, charge for 1 because of the card, yeah. Edge of the pitch. Very nice. Very good use of fullback if that was the plan all along.
Yep. The edge is every edge.
Not just the size.
Just the sides.
Mountain not in the best of positions here for this game.
No. Nope.
And defensive stance
from Decimate.
5s and 1.
5s because anatomical.
Yep, you're right.
He's anatomical, right?
He is.
That up.
Fives with no armor. All he needs 1. I don't think defensive stance is really worth it there. You can't counter-attack it.
Depends on whether he's within an inch of the ball after a 1-inch dodge.
He's going to buy another attack anyway, though.
So he goes half an inch there, half an inch there. Well, it's mainly Sakana's positioning gets super important because he doesn't want to be kicking it into space with Decimate in the way.
Yeah.
But he was only an inch and a half away from the ball, so he does half an inch there, half an inch back to be where he is.
Yep.
Then he just takes the momentous 1-inch dodge. Doesn't really matter if he disengages, he's just looking for the positioning to get it so that he's...
Yeah. So he says he's thinking of kicking into space.
Yeah. I don't think it matters if he does get a scatter that goes back onto Decimate. It means he can't score now, but I don't think it really makes a huge amount of difference. This feels a bit like delaying the inevitable at this point. I don't feel like Jason's gained enough yet.
So for that last attack, does Dan get momentum?
For which last attack?
Because he picked the ball up, had it behind his line.
I would assume he'd get momentum because you select the result.
So he for the first one, yes, but the second one where he's dodging 1 inch now.
I believe not.
Because he is holding the ball behind.
Holding the ball behind the line. The first one, yes, I believe, because the momentum is generated as you select the result.
Yeah.
And at the selection of the result, he does not have possession of the ball behind his line. So that is a scatter, which...
Oh, Dice Gods have got him, the saying. Dice Gods definitely have his back with that scatter.
I'm not so sure. He has to... Now Jason just goes and scoops it. Like, there's many players that Jason can scoop that with. But with where they go at a sprint, I'm not sure he can get there and back in range of the goal, because I believe he's already at his extreme range. That is at 6 from the goal.
It is, yeah.
So roughly gauging it, he needs about 6 inches to get the ball.
Yeah.
And about 6 inches back. And he's...
Be an inch short. 5'7" with a 4-inch dodge.
Yeah.
So it looks like Mink's just going to jog over, get the ball, and be a pain. Make it difficult.
Well, I'm wondering here if Minx picks up the ball and drops it,
Or just drops it
closer to Blackheart, and then Blackheart goes and picks it up, and then runs down into other corner.
Yeah. Something we forgot, Jason does have the +1 move this turn, so his players are that bit faster. Definitely increases Blackheart's threat.
Yep. Was he Shadow-like and then 4-6?
Well, becomes 5'7". So, 11-inch threat this turn for Blackheart.
Yep.
You could quite easily be quite sneaky with midfield general and just sit on it. People start to let people measure the
measure the threat ranges, and then
and
the ones, the activations at the start of the turn where you don't need it, don't use it, and then I'll do that.
Yeah. So
I'll move my extra inch now. He's like, you haven't done that any other times. Just like, haven't I?
Oh,
oops.
Oopsie daisy. I guess I just remembered.
Duh. So Mix just picks it up and sits on it. So now Dan going to measure out the exact same measurement that Jason just did. Where'd they go?
Where'd they go?
Glide,
charge.
He's just trying to get control of the ball at this point.
Yeah.
I want to touch the ball again, please. Yeah. I had the sweet, sweet ball with Sakana.
Yeah.
But where they'd said, Jason had said the dice god smiled on him, I think that was a bad scatter towards the middle of the pitch. You wanted it as close to a straight line up as possible. If anything, going towards the edge of the pitch is beneficial.
Yeah, especially with Siren
because
coming
now
back on
then Grayscales just goes and picks it up, and you just sit in it, and it's like, well, I need 1 momentum now.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to kill you, so you don't get that free reposition.
Yeah. So
then I force you into taking your Blackheart activation backwards to cover that space.
4s and 1 from Grayscales. Jason there say, Dan asks
it's 10
Jason.
Up to 11, 13 with my legendary. Yes, you are in. I think you kick it up into space into that top corner is what I would do here.
Oh, there you go. That's what he's measuring. And as we know, none of Jason's players are going to die, so no one's...
Yeah, no one's going to get back up there. Yes. Dan questioning if it's the right call. It 100% is the right call.
Yep.
It's nice watching someone playing football because I know what I'm talking about with this bit.
Can re-roll it if he wants. Oh, super fast Siren's coming back next turn. 11-inch sprinting, 9-inch walking Siren. With the get back in there ploy. Oof.
And obviously, I'm assuming Dan knows that, and he's measuring out to check if Grayscales can go and pick up his own rubbish here.
Yeah. So Jason's saying there, this is a game of horrible cat and mouse of can you keep the ball safe away from me and can I actually kill anything?
And because he's investing so much influence into not killing anything. But at this point, this is where that influence starts to come in. He's got 10 influence on the table.
Oh, yeah, right.
Shark. I think going for Shark here, even if he's what's there, I don't really want to kill him.
Sorry?
With that ball free up there, you don't want to kill Shark because then Shark will just go and score.
Well, I think Jason's a good enough player to leave Shark on one, kill him at the start of the next turn, and then go and do what he wants to do. For those at home who aren't versed in Guild Ball and like strategy,
leaving a captain on one health going into a next turn
that you think you're going to win is the best thing to do.
Because then you give them a turn where they haven't spent influence, basically, over there. I butchered the explanation of that. You lose a captain for an entire turn, rather than you lose them after they've activated at the tail end of a turn and then get them back for the next one with a reposition out of where they were.
Yeah.
I explained that slightly better, but still badly that time.
All right, so the intention is still to be within 6.
So this is the legendary
now.
Black Cart using the dodge. I think Black Cart's going to go and get Grayscales, I think is the plan.
Jason worried that he might have made a mistake with his activation.
He's just trying to make sure that he's in to get the...
to base.
So I think he might botch this one.
That doesn't look like it's within 7.
You can go sharp instead.
So what he said there is he's like, I've done terrible. I think it was the Shadow-like having to get Gutter in range has taken away his ability to go in a straight line and get Grayscales.
And I believe he doesn't have any momentum, so he couldn't glide.
No. Even with the +1, not fast enough.
So there was a defensive stance and a counter-attack declared by Dan there.
Yeah, makes sense. Base to base there. So there can't be an escape now. Nothing. So 7 dice being rolled. 3. I mean, just 1 double dodge. I'd be more interested in... I know, Butchery is much higher.
Yep.
That's 2 and on my mark.
Needs 5 successes to hit Butchery.
Same again.
See, as he gets down to 2 influence here, I'd be more inclined to pay for the Butchery.
Yeah, Jason, you couldn't hear that then, but he took the words out of my mouth. This is death by 1,000 cuts. Without Butchery, Blackheart doesn't do the output that he used to do.
I'd be using Blackheart to set up for Gutter to do the output here.
100%. Remember when he had Commanding Aura?
Oh, the glory days. Blackheart was the first captain I ever played when I started playing Guild Ball. You knew my first team.
And everybody had a 2-inch melee?
Oh, yeah. Def 6 Hemlock, 2-inch melee Decimate.
That's
Those
back.
were the days.
Yeah, 2-inch melee coin.
Ooh. It's like they had a full 2-inch melee team, but you didn't give anything up for it. It was glorious.
So Jason here declaring the charge and then saying, well, I can't do anything about this. Just have to take it. Saying, just in case it all goes well, I'm not within magical.
I'm assuming he's moved Blackheart to where he's moved him to go and get Grayscale's next turn.
Yeah.
Not really sure what he does about getting Grayscale's next turn, but it's just an influence efficiency, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But it's just when they go away. Don't like the only way that you stop Grayscales is you go first, which means I have my momentum, and then I just went they go away and do what I wanted to do anyway.
So Jason there saying, hey stream, let's look at my amazing plot cards. I have Wingback for +4, Dig Deep for +2, and Hunker Down for +1. He obviously didn't say that out loud, but that's what he was referencing. This is one of those outliers of block cards where somebody just straight up has
a stronger hand,
a better hand going into a game. So Shark on 11.
So that was a knockdown for the first one from the charge.
Yep.
So he's 3-0, 2 damage from the second, and the last attack.
The silent blow.
The silent blow.
Last turn.
So 5 momentum on the side of Jason. No. How much on the side of Dan?
No. And that's a 7 going down most likely. Calling it now, Lone Striker. So Jason's saying, do I do something like Grayscales to try and stop you getting the goal? But he can't. You're going to bring Siren back on.
And she's going to get it instead.
And she's going to get it anyway. So it's either going to be the Lone Striker or get back in there to get the extra speed on Siren. Because Siren be sprinting 20 inches in grand total. That's very far.
By 36 inches, 20 inches.
When the pitch is 36 inches and you're starting 10 inches on and you can sprint for 20 inches and you have a kick of 6.
Well, more than 10 inches on, because she gets to come on at the edge of that and then make one 7-inch movement.
Yeah, well, 9-inch movement with the +2/+2.
Right, yeah,
if he plays that block card.
Madness.
Which lasts the entire turn. So her 9 becomes an 11. That's where you get your 20 from. Oh, missed that one. So Jason has the choice to go first or not.
If they caught us late, a goal tail end of turn 1 and right at the start of turn 2 is where the 8 of Dan came from. We're now at the top of turn 4.
Yep.
And it's looking like the third goal attempt is coming, and Jason is essentially banking on the thing that's happened in almost all of his other games, which is where his opponent misses the shot to win the game.
And then
Jason manages to win.
Yep. So Jason saying that Shark is his least favourite captain to play against. He's saying that he doesn't think he can win this.
Kind of like, I'm not sure I can win it, and I'm basically reliant on you missing your goal to still be in the game. So I'm kind of setting my thing as I can go and stop Grayscales, maybe, kind of, but probably not. So I might just go and kill Shark just to kill Shark because I don't like him.
Yeah, so I think he played the get back in there. So she's clipped in the fast ground as well with her return. That seems like a very far 9. Just gonna... Yeah, so he has played. He's measuring 9. I think he's forgotten his the fact that card persists. From what the players are saying, he's like, I can go 9 to here.
If he clips that, he's got 13 rather than 11, right?
Yes, yeah.
And that they keep measuring 11, but they should be measuring
13, yeah. But it's one of those cards where if you're in this situation a little bit stressed, you could see it as not being what it is. Where is the wording? Friendly models that return to the pitch due to Icy Sponge gain +2/+2 move.
And it's not just for the
but it persists
where they come back on. It's they gain that for
the turn.
Right.
But obviously it can read like it's just when they return.
There's a bit of ambiguity there, depending on how you read it. Despite the fact there is none if you just read the words that are there.
Yeah. You're applying layers that aren't existing. It's like Siren walks on 9 and then sprints 13 with a 6-inch kick. She can easily scoop this up and do it.
Yeah.
Unless Dan knows this and is then going to be like, I forgot.
Doesn't seem likely though.
No, not at all.
Kind of nothing that.
The chat's talking about Jason Voodoo. If you need something to go wrong for your opponent, play like it's going to happen, and it will happen.
Yeah.
That's what Jason's done the entire tournament so far.
It's funny because I actually think in terms of mistakes made, this has been Jason's best game. Look, I don't think he's made any glaring mistakes outside of the Blackheart botch onto Grayscales, but I'm not convinced that was necessarily the correct thing to do anyway.
He wouldn't have killed him.
But Jason didn't know that going into it. He didn't know that the cards that Dan's got.
So that is Blackheart going in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a... Wow. 4 damage and a knockdown, they called there.
9 health left on Grayscales.
Wow. Momentous 3 and a double dodge. So Jason very, very excited that he's going to kill Grayscales. Dan also very excited that it's not Siren dying.
Takes the butchery, which is probably the right call.
Yeah.
Just means he needs 3 successes in each one and he's gone.
Yeah. 4 damage, double dodge.
Two boxes left. Needs a single success and Grayscales goes down.
Yeah. So really he's looking for that double dodge to go and engage Siren.
Not sure if a double dodge gets him engaged with Siren there. That's more than 4 inches. So he takes, I'm assuming, the one with the double dodge.
Yep.
Grayscales goes down, so that will be 5 to Jason Mountain.
Oh, he is for them 4.
So now engaging Siren.
Now engaging Siren. Good activation. 2 points to Union there. It is 8-5.
And I'm going to be rude and take a sip of drink. Sorry if you hear that. But it's always about this time of doing commentary all weekend where the voice starts to give out.
Yeah, I can feel mine going. Thoughts Do you take the risk of that? Where's the knockdown? 4, rolling 8 dice, needing 4 5s. Bonus time it.
Of course you do.
Yes.
Because I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference in the long run if he gets it.
No. So Shark attacking missed. Mentis 1-inch dodge. Just getting out of Gutter's range. Oh, Stubby Holders has something nice to say about us in chat.
Oh, yeah. Just the... there's a word that I'm trying to think of that's gone. Gruff.
Gruff?
After a weekend, feeling gruff.
Horse.
That's the word I was looking for. Horse.
Feel like a horse.
I feel like a horse.
An overworked horse.
An overworked horse.
Sweat dripping down the flanks.
Yeah.
White-eyed.
So just series of dodges coming out here.
Yeah, classic Shark.
Get the momentum up. Ready for when he gotchas the, I've got an extra 2 here.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't knock me down. Oh, I've got an extra 2 inches. I'm scoring, by the way.
See ya. See you, boys. Good, clean game until now. I'm the champ.
Misses the shot on goal. Oh, God.
Oh, no, I feel stupid now. Good to be
And then missed re-engaging Shark, taking the swing.
Are we approaching the point where clock starts to become relevant for Mountain?
Yes, for 100% for Mountain, he has to scrape 7 VPs out of this game.
It's one thing that Dan's done really well is ensure that he's not burning up a lot of clock
yeah.
while working this out. The easiest part when you're playing with fish is the amount of thinking you get to do on your opponent's clock.
Yeah,
because it's like as soon as they move their model, you know where the model is. It's like, right, now I know what I can do because I know where everything is for my next activation.
Yeah. This is also one of those ones where, as the fish player, you pose that question to your opponent. Your opponent has to think about the answer, and during that thinking time of that initial question, you get to start thinking, if they go here, I can do this. If
when
they
you
go
start
here,
to double layer, right, where you're like, as you say, you start doing their thinking for them, so that you know what you do when they make one of those choices that you determine as one. And that's the difference between playing fish really well and struggling, is if you can't work out what they're going to do, then it makes it harder to work out what you're going to do. So
good for there, taking a scything blow.
So I'm assuming that hits missed as well.
3 onto missed as well. Wow. 4 damage to Shark in total, 3 to missed.
I believe that leaves Shark on 3.
3 boxes left on Shark.
And that will leave missed on 6 for what it matters. So he's looking for the scything blow again, right? Does it matter, though?
Now, Jason there said, I should probably heal missed. It's actually, you know what? If you're spending your...
Yeah. And if Shark manages to survive and just turns around and finishes missed off, then it's like, do you know what? I'm just going to run away from you now, and I'm going to beat you on clock.
Yeah. That is the worry. And also, I guess for Jason, if Mist dies, that's a great reposition.
Yeah. It's already an option here of, I'm just going to start running away from you.
Oh, and I'll beat you on the clock.
Just beat you on clock. I don't like it, but if there's no way of getting that ball in the goal coming out up there, I think you do just disperse. You just
kill a player, get really close to that threshold for victory.
Kind of do that trade of you're going to kill Shark, you get 2, but now you've got to try and work out where all your other VPs come from.
Yeah.
We are starting to come to a point now where Jason's getting close to the 8 himself.
This is true. I mean, if he does get Shark, he's not hunting much left. I think he spent all his influence this turn besides coin.
Yeah.
Oh, it was wing-backs played by Union, so he gets to tread like within 8 inches to the edge of the pitch. And now measuring up the path of Decimate to see if they can get an attack onto Shark. Just chip away at a bit more damage. And with a big spike, kills him. Although I don't think killing him this turn is right.
Nope. Nope. So moving back in over here.
Oh, this is attack. Sorry, this is on Sakana.
Yeah. Does take the poised. Fours. Gets 4 of them.
Takes the momentous double dodge to deny the counter attack. Potentially. So double dodge away, engages Shark, and is outside of Sakana. Players there confirming with each other that she's definitely not engaged by Sakana.
Technicals just moves up and done.
Oh, nice. Coin bag of coffers onto Minx. So I guess now Minx hits Sakana, dodges away, and then he gets to charge.
I guess so.
Or just walk into Shark and hit him.
I'm not sure why he hit Shark so much. I don't.
Oh, so Siren's hitting Blackheart, which seems terrible.
Did bonus time it, that's why 4 dice were rolled.
Yep. Oh! He's got momentum, but that's a knockdown.
That's the knockdown.
You take the double dodge into base?
It does just take the 1 damage into base.
Oh, yes, you want that on the counter, on the parting blow.
Yeah.
Dan, you just got to run away from this, pal. Don't try and attack a 3-2 model with attack 3 model.
Nope. When the result you want is on the 2.
What, top tier. This is why they're on the top table, everybody.
Like, I'm awful at both maths and Guild Ball, and even I can work that one out as a bad idea. When you're looking on a 3-2 model, bonus timing up to 4 dice, and knowing that you need all of them to get anything useful. At least in this situation now. I get in the previous one, you were looking for 1 success. You wanted 2 successes.
Wait, well, you needed them all to hit. You needed 3 successes.
You needed 3 successes. You could afford 1 to fail. Still. I'm pretty sure Siren's only got 4 health.
Well, yeah, this is what Dan just said. He's like, oh, do I heal her or is she just going to die anyway?
If she dies anyway, you're in trouble, because if she dies anyway, Blackheart has the ball, mate.
Yeah.
And Jason's basically on 9, because then Shark dies.
Right.
And
so
then
clock, legitimately, if Siren doesn't get away, seems like Dan's path to victory.
Yeah, you just bring everyone on nowhere near anybody.
Yeah.
But if Siren does go down, then Shark goes down. If you run away too much, Jason will just be like, okay, then I'll go and score for my last few points.
Yeah. Oh, we got the parting blow. 4 5s coming up. No 5s.
He gets nothing on the parting
this
blow.
now swings back over to Dan.
I'm not sure it does.
No?
Nope.
Depends on who goes first.
Yeah.
She's still within 10 there.
Because Dan, there's an activation between where Dan can score.
Yeah, because he needs momentum.
So if he goes second, Blackheart goes and gets Siren. If he goes first, Blackheart goes and gets Siren.
Yep.
Which means Shark and Siren are both going to go down.
Oh. Oh, I think we've got a judge call. Just listening in on the judge's call here.
I mean, you should be within 10 with an 11-inch move, but you've actually got a 30. He's just realised he's got a 13-inch move.
Dan's just remembered he's actually got a 13-inch move.
So just realising he's got a 13-inch move.
We're just listening in on the conversation to the judge. So he's got the extra 2. He's realised he got the extra 2 from the card, so he's out of 10.
Now he's out of 10.
Now the game is in.
Now it's turned, yes. Now they've remembered all of their rules.
Yeah.
And added up all of their very complex numbers. Now it's gone into the favour.
Yeah. Blackheart Legendary's gone, so that's no benefit for increasing threat.
Do any of the cards that Jason's got make him go quicker? Looking at them, digging deep and hunker down don't sound like speeding up cards.
No, I don't believe so. Hunker down, you gain Resolute on a counter attack, and dig deep, you gain 2 MP when the enemy score a goal, which would have been useful in turn 1 and 2.
Yeah. So Momentous 2 on Shark, coming in from Minx there.
So this is the second attack from Minx going in to try and take Shark out. Might as well. Momentous damage, Momentous dodge, Momentum for the takeout. It is
Shark
back up to 8-7. Jason doing well to chase this, but I think with that card being played, Dan's hand of cards has been incredible for him.
Yep.
I mean, what's truly like in Dan's favour is that he can go second in this instance and still be okay.
I mean,
Blackheart's out of range.
The only risk to that ball at the moment is Blackheart, who is out of range.
Yeah.
Even if he was in range, I mean, it depends who gets to go first here, really. But I'm now curious as to whether Blackheart is within 4 of the edge of the pitch. And Shark comes on and tidal surges him off just for bad manners.
Just for bans. Sakana kills Mist. He gets pushed off.
It's so like chasing a goal. They're just like, you know what, I give up. Kill you instead. Right, so randomising which card is played because they're both hopeless.
So
Dan going first.
Dan is going first.
Somewhat irrelevant at this point. It's just going to be someone's going to go and get some momentum. And then,
yeah.
I mean, I would still 100% bad manners Alex check if Blackheart's within 4 of the edge of the pitch. Pop Shark on that side. Charge him.
Yeah. Or just tidal surge him and then charge him or walk up and hit him.
No, charge him. If he's not quite within 4, charge him looking for the push dodge and then pay for the tidal surge.
So it has to be tidal surge then push dodge because you count as friendly during the tidal surge.
What?
What?
Tidal surge in Blackheart off the pitch?
Yeah. So
you charge him to push dodge him, and then after that attack, pay for tidal surge.
Yes, and
I'll
tell you, during that activation, he counts as a friendly model.
So you can't push him off the pitch?
You can't push him off the pitch. You have to tidal
push him to the edge and then
do it.
Right, I finished reading the card after you said the friendly bit because I forgot about that bit. Reading is very hard.
Oh, dear.
So the lesson of the weekend, guys, read your cards.
Read your cards all the way to
because Jamie and I both look stupid for not reading cards at some point over this weekend. Momentous 1 damage, weak point.
He's going for the kill.
I don't think he is
no,
going
he's not.
for
He's
the
not
kill.
going for the kill. That's
go for the momentum.
Yeah.
Thing is, even if this goal misses, I still think it's now Dan's because
he
just wins on clock because there's no way that Jason can get the ball back up the pitch or kill anything else.
Jason lamenting his cards of not having any speed cards or I mean he does. He had wing backs and he had midfield general for speed and for dodges. But
the speed wouldn't have done anything here. The +1 wouldn't have got him within, I don't think.
No, the +1 wouldn't have. The Shadowlike wouldn't have because he's already got Shadowlike. So.
Yeah.
The guys here just seeing this out really.
So he uses poised on Sakana.
We've been quoted from yesterday from saying we have the great skill of reading cards.
We do.
We do. We just don't.
I read it fine. I said it wrong. I still have the skill of reading. I just don't have the skill of speech. Yet here I am. 6 games down, still here.
So
there are results being taken here. Even I'm not paying attention at this point because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. 8 boxes left on Sakana. Jason really just playing for his reserve backup of you missed both your shots on goal.
Yeah, if you miss this, I'm gonna kill something and then
kill something again.
Hope that I can get the ball back up the pitch somehow, which ain't gonna happen.
Six threes on 7 dice twice, and he kills Sakana, and he has failed in his challenge. Good job, Martin. Good job.
5 left on Sakana. Non-momentous result, so can't bonus time. This one, momentous 2 and a double dodge. He's going with Hag.
He's letting Jason get the kills.
So the reason he's doing this is so it's his last activation.
Yeah, it's a fair thing. He has complete control over the engagements here. So use everything else.
You use your clock so you don't have any time to work it out if I miss it.
Yeah.
Sakana dies.
Sakana dies.
And the clock
Jason's in front.
So Jason is now on
the comeback's on. The comeback's on.
Jason takes the lead.
For the first time in the game.
Tentacles
it's
is going.
9-8.
Grace goes, where'd they go? And walks 5.
See, it's all jokes, but if the shots miss, he needs these players up there.
Yeah, he needs them
like,
up there.
And Jason just tapping the clock, being like, yeah, whatever, mate. Just take your shots on goal.
Shark. Tell you what is funny, though, is if he commits everyone up here, where does his momentum come from?
Well,
he'll be going second, won't he?
Yeah, he's always going to go second. He's got his 7s back in his hand after
Please
this
go
one.
for the snapshot. I'll love you forever.
If only. Jason saying, just take the tap in.
I have children I want to see.
Yeah.
So he walks in, base to base. So there's no way this can scatter off the pitch from where it is now.
Nope.
That's how maths work.
So Dan's saying I've got 3 influence and momentum. I shouldn't be bonus timing it because
I'm just going to go for 3 attempts.
I can have
there's
3
no
attempts.
way that it doesn't keep landing on it.
I get 9 dice needing a 3, or I can have 4 dice needing a 3. And there it is. It is a win. That is 12-9.
12-9 to Dan.
Dan Harwood is our British champion.
He is.
Congratulations, Dan. Well done. Oh, well, hope you've enjoyed it, guys, at home, watching through all these.
It's been horrible. It's been awful. Let me go home.
Lots of good.
I have an empty house to see.
Ah.
It's been good fun. It's been good to be back.
Yep, and if you've enjoyed the stream, we will be back at the WTC for more real top tier play and low tier commentary.
Yep, sorry in advance. Hopefully we get some more matches where the people choose to speak in their native language rather than English, so we have no idea what's going on, because that was a real hoot, those scumbag Germans who had said they would speak in English so that we could do it, and then immediately didn't. And that was a Hammer versus Hammer mirror match with identical teams, similar looking paint jobs.
in German. That was terrible for us.
That was a good one. It was a really high quality. I mean, we give terrible commentary anyway, but that one was a whole other level. Of no idea what was going on.
I felt really bad after that one. I was like, that was terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Other than that, if you're in the States, Gen Con is coming up, so make sure you head over to the Steamforged stand to check out what is in the cabinets, as you will be excited.
Yep. So check the Twitter, because if you're interested in anything that was said yesterday at the keynote-y thing, whatever we call those, the stuff about the cooks, the stuff about the Free Cities events. Draft, and the stuff about, I swear there was one other thing, but I can't remember what it was. Was that everything? Was it just the two?
That's just the two, wasn't it?
It's just the two. Be sure to look at all the pictures really closely for all the hidden spoilers that everyone will Photoshop together. Be sure to put all your effort into those and throw them up on the internet. Don't forget Steve Margetson is just awful.
It's terrible at the game. Just
really bad.
Icarus and Scourge are available to buy on the web store.
That was the other one.
That was the other one. Icarus and Scourge rookies are available to buy, and I think I've flogged everything.
I think that is everything.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, make sure, I was thinking that. Make sure if you want to watch some other Guild Ball content, you've been watching along, you go watch the World Cup. Let us know what you thought of it, whether you'd like to see more Homelands Cup. We enjoyed it, and hope you've enjoyed this stream.
And as a last one, if you have any feedback on this, let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
Like people that have kind of watched the streams as we go on. Obviously, we stream a lot more when we do the Thursdays and stuff. I know when we initially did this feedback, it was like, can we have a dice tray? Can we? And we've tried to incorporate as much of it as we can. If there's anything that you think is missing, one that I would say is off the table entirely, that is one I might see asked for. Is there any way that we can track momentum on the stream so guys can see it? Momentum is so hard to track.
Unless it was built into the clock on their thing, and they can tap something to
so that we knew. But without being too intrusive to the players, there's nothing we can do about that. But if you have any feedback, let us know. That'd be great.
Someone wants less clothes.
Less clothes.
I'm not wearing any pants.
I am not wearing anything.
I'm naked.
Ronan's always naked. He's always been naked.
That's why you never see him. Yeah. It's because he's just butt naked.
All right, guys. We shall see you later. Goodbye.